everyone, this is Dawn. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today I'm going to show you how to scrapbook pet photos using the Memory Lane collection. Okay, so this is the collection and it has lots of soft colors, honey butter and sage and melon and a few others. And I'm going to use pattern number 7 from Make It From Your Heart Volume 5. And don't worry, there's a volume 6 coming out. So even though volume 5 is no longer available, you can look forward to another one. So these are the pictures I'm going to scrapbook. They're of my dogs. The one on the left is Roisin and the one on the right is Pixel. And I am going to scrapbook about their personalities. So I'm going to add little bullet points of different cute things that they do, and they both take on very different personalities, so I'm going to scrapbook about that. Okay, so my base is going to be honey butter, and then I'm going to take this watercolor wash of all the colors in the Memory Lane collection and just cut it in half, so they're 6 by 12, and I'm going to use some shimmer trim. This is papaya. And it goes with the other colors, and I think it pops nicely. So I'm going to cut that at 12 inches, one for each side. And that will be the base for my scrapbook page. Okay, so Roisin is going to go on the left, and I have cut these circles ahead of time. My pictures are smaller than what the pattern asks for, so I've triple matted them in white daisy and sapphire, and then some of the pattern paper from Memory Lane. And then I have these nesting circles. These are from Hero Arts. The Close to My Heart Circles collection doesn't have as many circle sizes that the pattern calls for. So you can always cut circles on your Cricut if you wish, but I just had this nesting circle collection and they worked for me. So I'm just cutting out various patterns from circles from different patterns in the Memory Lane collection. They all coordinate, so you can pick whichever ones you like. And I've done journaling strips for all of my different personalities for each of my dogs. So I did that ahead of time. So I'm going to use some older stamp sets and thin cut sets. So I have the dog tag that is from I Woof You. No, wait, that's from Live, Laugh, Woof. The other set that I'm going to use is I Woof You and the Cassidy alphabet. I'm going to stamp their names on their tags. And then I'm also going to use Let's Potty, and that's from the paw print I'm going to get from that. Okay, so all of them are retired, but go ahead and check your stash. I have pretty much every dog stamp set that Close My Heart makes. So I just went and pulled a bunch from my stash. So I'm going to stamp out these cute little dogs from the I Woof You set. And since Pixel is black and white, I don't have to color them. So, and then I have stamped their names on these dog tags, and I'm going to outline them with the Spectrum Noir liquid paint marker, and this is in the gold color. And I'm just outlining around the edges of this dog tag. And I've cut it using some more of that honey butter patterned paper from Memory Lane. So that's my dog tag, and I'll go ahead and do another one for Pixel. And then I've cut 2 more layers in white cardstock, and I'm going to layer them up. So I'm just going to glue them together and stack them, and then they look like they're a chipboard piece after you get done. Okay, so we'll go ahead and stack one on camera, and I'll do the other one off camera. So I'm just gluing them together and stacking them. And it really makes a big difference to do this. It's an extra little step that just it makes that element pop. Okay, so we've got those ready to go and we're ready to start assembling. So I'm going to do some of the assembly on camera and some off camera to speed things up, but I'm just going to kind of go through this and lay things down. It comes together pretty easily. And then we'll add that shimmer trim, and it's self-adhesive, and it's forgiving, thank goodness, because if you don't get it down right correctly the first time, you have another chance to pull it up and place it down correctly. And then I'm just going to stack these circles. So my larger circles that are larger than the largest one in the nesting circles set, I think the largest one is 4.5 inches. I did the larger circles using my Martha Stewart circle cutter, but you can certainly cut these cardstock circles on your Cricut, or find saucers and plates to use, whatever works. And so I've got those layered all together to make that element larger. And then I'm going to pop it with some thin foam tape. And I'll do the same thing for the other page with the picture of Pixel. So we've got that ready to go, and then I'm just going to kind of lay things out, and then off camera I'll continue gluing things down. So just kind of generally going by the pattern in the Make It From Your Heart book. Just lay the circles out and see how they look. And then my title is going to go around the top of that circle. So I have to fuss with it quite a bit to get it centered with all those letters. So I'll keep sliding things around, moving things over, and making sure I like the way it looks before I start to glue things down. Okay, so that side is good to go, and then we can start working on the right page. And it's basically the same thing. So we'll zip through this a little quicker. Place that down. And then we'll add our zip strip, not our zip strip, our shimmer trim at the top. You could use the zip strip that's part of the collection. I wanted a little bit of shimmer. And that's what I mean about forgiving. If it doesn't go down right the first time, you can pick it up and put it where it needs to go. Okay, then we'll skip ahead here, assemble this photo mat, same way as the other one. And we'll place all our circles around. So this one at the top, I'm just putting adhesive at the bottom of the circle, and it's going to hang off the top, and then I'll just flip it over and snip off that excess. Okay, so we'll lay things out and I'll get things glued down. Nice soft colors in this collection. They don't pop as much as they do in real life when you see it on camera here. They're really pretty. The more I work with this collection, the more I like it. Okay. So we've got our little puppies that I've cut with the coordinating dies, and we'll have a bunch of them scattered around. And then these are the journaling strips. So I've just written different personality traits for each of my puppies. And I'm going to do bullet points using that little paw print stamp for each of them. So I'm going to do tone on tone. So these strips are going to go on that sage colored circle. So I'm going to use sage ink and just stamp out. the little paw print. And then I'm going to glue each of those down. So I have personality traits written on each of these strips. Like the first one says that she barks at horses on the TV. And then she'll sleep in her crate all night long, but then she cries any other time she goes in her crate. And zoomies involve puppy parkour on the furniture. She just goes crazy. But she has to run off that energy, and we decided not to replace the furniture until she's through with her puppy stage, so I just let her run. As long as she doesn't hurt herself, she needs to get that energy out. Walks don't do it. She's got more than that. So puppy parkour it is. So I have all of those strips down, and then we can start working on Pixels page. So we'll bring that in. So I'm going to do paw prints in honey butter and papaya, no, in melon, to go with the coordinating circles. So we'll get that dog tag down. One side is I'm going to add some foam tape and then add regular adhesive so that it sits on the same level as the picture. And then we'll get all of these personality traits down for Pixel. So some of the things that I wrote for her is that she's an under the covers dog. She gets cold and she likes to snuggle under the covers. She can hear the UPS truck a quarter mile away and she'll start barking. She's great at fetch. She can catch a flying toy, but she doesn't like to bring it back. And her crate is her safe place, along with a few other things. It's interesting the things we notice about our dogs. Okay, we've got all of those down. And for the last step, one of the last steps, I'm going to add the date. It says 2023. And creating kind of a visual triangle with that sage-colored pattern paper between the left panel and the right, by adding that little bit right there with the date. Then I'm going to use some of these yellow dots. I'm going to use the ones that are close to the honey butter color. And I'm going to use the hearts. And I'm just going to scatter a whole bunch of them all around. And I think that's enough with all the visual circles and elements. I didn't want it to get too cluttered. So I think I'm liking it the way it is. Just add a bunch of hearts with these enameled sticky dots, hearts. And then we'll call it good. So I have close-up shots of these layouts at the end of the video. And I will make a list of all the supplies that I used. The Memory Lane collection is available through the end of September while supplies last. And there is a workshop for scrapbooking and a card making workshop. You can download that from my website if you decide to do those layouts. And I'll make a list with links in the description below of all these supplies so you can do some shopping. So cute. So if you haven't subscribed yet, please hit that subscribe button. I would really appreciate it. And then you'll be able to find all of my videos. I publish twice a week, one layout and one card making video per week. And thanks for watching.